Man, so beat them in the house, man, soldier. Beat them in the house. All right, so welcome back. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to do it. We have to make we mind up. We cannot blame anybody for our own downfall. You know when I would have support you blaming the UNC? If you had given the UNC a chance in library, and you can't bring the argument to me to tell me that you give UNC a chance between 2010 and 2015. You can't bring the argument to me because I'm going to tell you why. Even under Basdio Pandey, UNC has brought productivity to this constitution, to this constituency. Under Kamla Prasad Bisesa, even though you did not give UNC a chance, every policy that Kamla brought was holistic. That is a big word to say. It was across the board. Everybody benefit. Even you who talking about yes PNM till you die. Even you who saying you is PNM till you die. Well, is PNM till you die. We'll see how fast you can hurry up and die. And let we get some productivity moving in library. Yes, hurry up and just leave us now. Go ahead. And when they reach your course, they tell Lucifer, well, I was ready and ready. Kamla brought policies that enhance the life and livelihood of every child, every human being in library. Every benefit that came to other constituencies came to library. You know what your wicked MP and them do? I'm going to tell you here this evening. And I could challenge them on that. I could challenge them on that. Because even when Pandey was in power, even when Basdio Pandey was in power, you know what they used to tell us down here? Don't take nothing from them. Don't take nothing from them. You know what the inner circle used to say? Give them the grants form. Let it full out. And bring it back in the office. And when them form reach back in the office, you know where it used to go? By the Ministry of Rubbish Heap. They used to give all of the forms to full out and tell all bring it back in the PNM office. And all fulling out. And when they come, boss, where's the position with the grant? You know what they're telling earlier? You know what they're telling earlier? The minister said nothing for all his PNM. Building up that hate and that rage in all here. They used to destroy every document that all you full out and bring. You know who used to get you? Let me tell you who used to get you. All you know who used to get you. Who used to sit down in the back seat of the MP car. And all you know is the truth talking. All you know is the truth talking. Because all you remember at one time I was the driver. All they used to get you. That is the kind of wickedness. That is what they embed in all you. They embed with all you that look. The Indian people say nothing for the African people in the African constituencies, while they will not take the forms and take the necessary step for all it to benefit. They will not take the necessary steps and tell her, hey, you, organize. We're going by the ministry of the people. We want to know why these grants not coming. All they're telling you is, we send in the form, we submit it. You know it's submit in the garbage heap. That is where it's submit, in the garbage heap. That is what they used to do to all you. And have all you to believe that look, these people and them is animals, boys, they say nothing for the African. All you know that is what all you know that what they used to tell you. If a lion takes in, You can't call in today because we're running a dry run, so the phone and thing in hook up here. But I like Labrador calling, but the opportunity will come where I could call in and say, Victor, what's your lying? Victor was said, never throw away our form. Victor was we just get water and we pipe all the time. Victor was the fixing all we road. I ain't want to talk about that yet, we can go and do a video first. But I could give you a hint. So Namalco and them could come tomorrow and fix it. They paved a road 4 days ago. 4 days or 3 days ago? 4 days ago. Friday, I think Friday, Saturday, coming along day. 4 days ago, they paved a road. They had 3 potholes in it already. I will take the video tomorrow and I will show you. 3 potholes in the road already and they paved 3 days ago. Palo Seco Beach Road. So while on that, I'm calling on the minister. I'm calling on the minister to hold that money. And we want to know how much millions this work costs. We want to know how much millions this work costs. Young, take this day from me, please. It seems like something important. Get him it. We want to know how much money that work costs because it had 3 potholes already. Palo Seco Beach Road, 4 days a pave. Now Malco is the contractor. So Sinanan, we wanted to hold that money. We don't care if you use the barber. We don't care if it's the razor blade Sinanan. We don't care if it's the shaver. You know what I mean? We don't care who had to get cut. Don't cut up nothing. Hold that money until we get justice. But that is the games that we take in this country. That is the games we come in. So they pave the road and we already had 3 potholes. And you know what people are saying? Boy, it's still better than what we have. You hear what I'm telling you, brother? People saying, boy, we can't complain because it's better than what we have. You hear the kind of dotishness people that accept in this country with taxpayers' money, with millions of dollars paying. Millions of dollars paying, and people telling me, Levy don't make noise. Levy, it's still better than what we had. So how when it comes to voting, Alain say, well, Levy vote UNC because it's better than what we have. Why Alain say that? I hear you. Oh, I want to say it now. All right, we will see. We will see. So let me, as we look to wrap up in a while, let me come back to emancipation celebrations. All you folks who dress up in a pretty dashiki yesterday, or the traditional African way, how are you feeling this morning? Anything changed from yesterday? Apart from the little food and drink and whatever you get yesterday. Anything changed today? Your standard of living improved? Your community experienced some new upliftment? Your government announced that they're going to bring some employment in your community? Your government said to you that they're going to improve your sustenance and allow you to be a man and a woman in your home. Your government decide to give you back that fortitude. Your government decide to allow you as a man to stand up and mind your family as you ought to and not depend on a hamper. While on that, let me say this. Nah, I ain't going to say that yet. I will hold back that for now. But your government did anything other than put some millions of dollars in some emancipation committee. Some emancipation committee, apart from them getting a couple $1 million in the pocket. All you get anything? All you get anything from the millions that Cafe Cambon and all them fellas and them big, this big emancipation committee that's collect? Or you get anything out of it? Or you get a sack of flour, a bottle of oil, cooking oil, a pack of rice, or you get something? So all you know they take from all you again what all you have. All you know all you to go and face the Syrian store to buy the cloth, to make all the garment, to dress up, to celebrate what all you do have. All you understand that? Some people might say, well, what kind of man this man is, boy? Like this man vexed with emancipation? No. I ain't vexed with Emancipation Day. I ain't vexed with the celebration. But let me tell you what I vex for. I vex because all you believe, all you free, when all you still in chains. That's my problem right there. Apart from C.L.R. James Institution in Royal Road in San Fernando, apart from that, what other institution do you have? Where is the African tribal language being taught? Is it in schools? Why up to today we cannot have on the curriculum Hindi and tribal African language taught in our schools? Why? Why we governments cannot make it mandatory in schools? How come? Yesterday I am singing, sing with me. Oh, yeah. And everybody, oh, yeah. Well, poor me, I know. I see a lady gentleman next to me. I said, brother, you could tell me what that mean in the language? He said, I know. I said, well, brother, you're singing. He said, well, them know. So he don't know, but he's singing. He's singing because them know. But I don't know. My question is why I don't know. And here was some idiot go tell me, young. You know, because you could go on YouTube and you could Google it and you could know what they mean and all that they go tell me. That way there was somebody go tell me, you know. It has social media there, you could Google and know. But my question is, we talking about we free. We talking about we as Africans. You want we to dress up as tribal Africans on Emancipation Day. But women language, women name, how come I is Victor Roberts? Who is Victor Roberts? Some European slave master name I have. Who is David Young? You see the point? You want me to come out on one day and to dress up, to fool myself, to make me believe that I free, when I know that me ain't free. But to please people, I must put on this outfit, like my wife did, and jump out, looking pretty, looking beautiful, as she always do. But yet still, when I saw her in that outfit, I said, but wait, this is not Limoy. I watch again. It's a good thing when she walking back inside the curtain blow and this nice, pretty African headpiece come off. I say, oh, how is she? I say, is she? But I mean the human nice. But the point, ladies and gentlemen, is why I must put myself through this expense to go and get this cloth, to come out on this day, dress up like if I was a real African. I had no language being taught in school. I had no money in my pocket. I had no work. I had nothing happening that suggests freedom, but yet still I go in and say, oh, yeah. Not even knowing what I mean. I don't know if it mean that Victor Roberts is the biggest idiot. I don't know if that's what it mean. But I'm going to sing oh yeah or whatever it is. And I just have to follow the tradition. I don't want to follow a tradition by acting. I want to follow the tradition by being real, that I am really free and I am really able to exhale in this country. But while the government continue to suppress me and put a few $1 million in the hierarchies who will support their ideology and who will tell them that if only in support we and talk in favor of we, only have nothing to get next year, and that committee will say whatever the political directorate want them to say, because they're expecting to get a 500,000 increase on how much million they get this year. And they don't care that their own black brother continue to live in bondage. Their own black brother killing each other. And these so-called free heads of African councils will not even go in to the areas where our black brothers are being shut down like dogs on the street and say, look, out of this emancipation money, we are going to set up some form of income in this country to help you, our people, my people, your people, my black people, to put on the guns where we could earn some living until them millions done. And two, get these same African brothers to stand up with them to demand from the government that the government put money in these communities in order to eradicate the set of senseless killing by creating sustainable employment within these areas so that we, the black people, could survive under this black government. They will never do that. Ask this Emancipation Support Committee how much money they get every year for the past 7 years, and ask them what investment have they made into the black society, the African society in this country. My partner said they believe in like a certain church. All of a sudden they have is none. You understand what I'm saying to you? Ask them how much millions they collect. And let me be fair to them. For the past 15 years, and ask these individuals what investment have they made into these black communities to save the lives of our black brothers who continue to murder each other in order to survive. Sound like an oxymoron. They kill each other. They murder the black brother in order to survive. What this black emancipation committee have done to help any one of these black youths in those communities. But we free. But we dress up with dashiki and we had peace. But we free. But while Emancipation Day celebrations concluded, my black brother blood running on the street in Port of Spain. My black brother getting shoot down like a dog. And then we have an idiotic prime minister telling us that we will now treat crime as a health crisis. Boy, Rowley, I wouldn't say that. I refuse to say what I want to say. But Rowley, let me tell you something, brother. I can't say it. Because I don't want to say it. But we free. We feel we free. They have us to believe we free. But if you're so free, go tomorrow and buy a nip of flour, a gallon of oil, a 20 pound of rice, a piece of pigtail, a piece of beef, a piece of cowheel, or whatever you does eat. And go and make a grocery tomorrow. Because you're free. You free. Go and make a grocery tomorrow. Come in Palo Seco Junction and go buy the Chinese. And make a grocery. Or a matter of fact, if you want to free to go and buy African, brother, let me get some paint and paint the Chinese black. And go there and buy. But they tell us we're free. They tell us that we are emancipated from slavery. And we're proud. How much will you go on Emancipation Day celebration yesterday and you have a cent in your pocket? Let me get real. I know you should run for gas in the morning, so I ain't asking you. You hear that? When our partner say he make sure and told you food for Monday, for Tuesday. That's the reality, you know. And let me confess, when I see you going back, I say, you're going for an Xbox, I eat tomorrow. Young, I didn't say that. I say you're going back, right? That for tomorrow. Yeah, I say that. I'll confess. I say that. I say, oh God, my partner going back, boy. You're going to secure a box for tomorrow, please God. 4 people. He said 4 people eat out of that box of food. That's what we're talking about. And let me tell you something, you know. Inside number 9, they are set up PNM day too, you know. I been real, you know. Right? The partner said 3. The man said 3 UNC inside and he come them already. But guess what? One of my good partner tell me the other day. He said, I vote for you independent, you know. He said, if I was going back independent, I'm voting for you. But I ain't voting. Because I go on UNC and I fed up at PNM. So I tell him, go, don't vote. Because if he had a vote in any case, he was going to vote PNM. But that is the wickedness that people do to themselves. That is the evil that they do to themselves. When you hear somebody come and tell you that I ain't voting because PNM and UNC is the same thing, that is an evil, wicked devil. You hear what I'm telling you? Anytime a man or a woman tell you that I ain't voting because UNC and PNM is the same thing, they are a wicked, evil devil. And I want Duke and Philip Alexander to hear what I just say. Wicked devil. Anytime people make that statement. But it is the most dirty statement somebody could make. Because, let me tell you something. I want to tell you this stupidity in it first, before I come to the fact side. The stupidity inside that statement is you dotish. Because when you did not vote, choose, or select, you are simply allowing yourself to be controlled by any one of them who win. And when any one of them who win gets in control, you have to obey and you have to follow the principles and policies that they set out. So you're only fooling your doted self when you make that statement. Because anytime you vote, you are being controlled by whoever in power, and you have to obey what they say. So we only flaunt it under the pandemic. He said, well, as from midnight tonight, you will not be permitted to enter the streets. We instruct the police to arrest you. You have to obey. Any law they pass in the parliament without your vote, you have to obey, son. Have to obey. That is one. Two, Watson Duke, Philip Alexander, and all them third party in Trinidad just fooling themselves. And they fooling you. Because they know that they cannot win anything. So what they make you do indirectly is not to vote for the UNC. That is all they do to you. And me, I didn't vote PNM, I didn't vote UNC, I vote PDP. Idiots. I didn't vote PNM, I didn't vote UNC, I vote PEP. Idiots. That's what they may call you, idiots. Let me come to the facts now. Voting UNC or voting PNM is not the problem. The problem is you. Because when you vote, you don't stand up as men and women and hold the party accountable for the action. So you know what? They do what they want and you have to follow. And all they do is like a bunch of cry sick baby. What should I do we? What should I do we? They take where we work. We ain't getting nothing. Next election, I ain't gonna vote. I'm done with that. That's what they do. So you feel when you ain't vote next election, you're done with that. You feel that that is the end of the PNM or the UNC? You feel like the end of the PNM or the UNC, like the end of you. Because you have to follow whatever any party say you have to obey. So why not sit down as educated people and make constructive decisions as to who should rule this country? Why won't you sit down and make decisions based on policies? Based on policies that either affect your life or policies that enhance your life. That is what people with common sense would do. They will analyze the policies that the PNM brought, which is none, and they will analyze the policies that the UNC brought to the table. I hear a friend of mine and I put him in an idiot category right now. And here what he say. We don't want to hear nothing about past performance. We don't want to hear nothing about past performance. What we want to hear is now. What are they going to do for we now? I put he now in the bracket of an idiot. Come and tell we what we going to do for we now. You know what that is? That is P&M syndrome. Anytime they tell you, come and tell we, you know what they want? Promises. Promises that never materialize. Promises that never develop. 2015, you already tell them I'm going to build a plyboard factory in Labre for you. I done say in my memorandum of understanding with Suriname. And we don't talk to Guyana. And the ship will pass from here to there. And if all you allow us to lose the election, all you could say bye-bye to the plywood factory. Up to today, we're only going with the ply and leave all the rest. 2020, big billboard. Dry docks coming. We don't sign, we don't talk to Shanghai, and we don't talk to China, and we don't sign. And the project is scheduled to start within the next 4 months. And you will start to see ships coming back in here that you have never seen before. And you will have jobs. And we will have training program for you, the people in Labre, whereby you would be able to be guide for those ships until the development of the port start. And we will train you. And we'll have you to be employed in this and that and there. And Rowley. We ready and ready. It looked like the ship passed through the channel. And all you jump out and vote for that. All you voting for that. So it seems as though Port, I gone down Labre with a video camera. So let me see what happening. The surveyor hasn't even passed yet. The bush still there. It had no marker. It had nothing. But a friend of mine, who is a friend to the Mannings, tell me that, let's see how to phrase that. The friend tell them, you see, I'm not a whistleblower, so I want to blow the whistle on my friend. The friend tell them that this port thing was only an election gimmick for now, you know. If a port do have to come to Labre, that might very well come within the next 20 years. And it wouldn't be under the P&M. And the person who's saying that is a P&M, you know. The person who tell that is a P&M.
So the big sign still up?
The big sign still there. It's not to get a little rusty and thing now. It's not to fade away, but it there. It there. And them, they put up. Brother, when they put up that sign was in the day before. The day before election. Boy, trail a truck and sign and cars and all kind of thing. And if you hear Labre boy, Labre turned their back on the good old Victor Roberts, who all know would have been the fighter, who all know would have things happening because I didn't know Victor Roberts style. We don't afraid and we don't fear. What have to happen in Labre have to happen in Labre. And when you make a promise to Labre, that promise must be kept. And that is why I didn't make no promise earlier. Remember I tell all of that? All you ask me, Victor, what you promising we? And hear what I said to you. I say, I ain't promising all you nothing. This is what you the first madman who come to ask me to vote. And you ain't promise me nothing. And I tell all you how much promise all you get that materialize. I say, here what is the vision I want to bring for all you. I want Labre to come together. And Labre must say what they need. It is Victor Roberts' job to go and lobby and get it. I tell Ole in Palo Seco, I say, look, I can't tell Ole I bring a cell tower for you. Ole might want a swimming pool. Ole might want a trade school. Palo Seco, we going to pick a group of individuals from different village. One from Corey, one from Sanfra, one from Nosbaro, one from Palo Seco, one from Rancho, one from Nosio, one from Erin. We formulate a committee to look after the interests of this side of the constituency. I tell you what we will further do. We're going to put out there where the communities could make recommendation. Then you folks with me will sit down, analyze the recommendations, and then we will look to work towards what is of great necessity first. And when we establish one which we consider the whole would be able to benefit, we're going to put that motion in place. It's my job to go up there, lock Kamla neck, lock Munilal neck, and lock everybody neck to make sure that this come to library. And then we will move on. I said that to you. All you say, well, is the first time we getting an opportunity where we could decide what we want, and it's not the politician coming to tell we doing that and we don't want that. I say, all you had experience with smelter, with this, with that. We don't want to waste money. We're not going to go through that. Let library decide what library need. My job is to work and get it. I told you so, but no. You guys look at this big, pretty airbrush paint board that some contractor probably get about $1.2 million to build that big 40 feet billboard to fool you. And then you fool yourself and vote for that. You know why you fool yourself? Because all you just got promising 2015 with a plywood factory by same Rowley. Or they didn't even get the wood, much less the ply. He promised the plywood factory, never get it. Come back now on the height of the election, proper billboard, and all of them run and say, bye-bye Victor Roberts. You know why? Victor Roberts too down to earth. Victor Roberts ain't going to put no jacket and tie to please nobody. Victor Roberts is the man who's saying that the people must benefit. That is what Victor Roberts is saying. The people must benefit. And come this election, if all you want to benefit, let we rock, let we roll, let we trod. Let we trod the road for the longest while and let us get results. This is what it's about. You feel it's about some pretty tie I going to put on with a big yellow tie with a sun, and I pull him a jersey and I tell him, hey, rising sun, you know. Nah, not me. Not me. You know when you know when I put on the long tie? And you know when I showing off the sun and I train it outside here? And if I get mad, I paint my whole body in the sun. Rising. When all you start to rise. When all you start to rise, we must rise together for the sun to shine. I don't want to rise above all you. You feel I want to be driving in some big pretty Prado and come down the road and people boarding. Hey, watch those say boy. Because I all know me. Watch him boy, he get big. No mister, no miss lady. That know my job. My job is for we to rise together. I must not go up unless Labre go up. I must not look good except Labre look good. I must not benefit except Labre benefit. That is the mission that Victor Roberts on. I don't have to do this to survive, you know. I tell you that already. I don't have to do this to survive. You feel like to be running by Archie every Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and come and talk. And sometimes I reach him and he might say, baby, I say, let me sleep. Me have to do that. Every time he might say, baby, I can say, love her. But I fight in this cause for you, the people. I fight in this cause for you, the youths in this country. I fight in this cause for Labre youths to benefit. We have so much talent in Labre by the youths. You think I want to see the youths sit down by the side of the road with a bag every Monday morning? And when the police come, the bandit come? I am saying, if the government is serious about marijuana, then marijuana must be an industry and the people must benefit. Not trying to make marijuana an industry and super farm and the big guns and them will benefit, when you will be like the bison, plant it, rear it, bring it and get next to nothing for it. So why we can have a manufacturer plant in Labre? Why we can't have a processing plant in Labre to process marijuana too? All the youths that plant, we process it here. We get the normal license, the necessary license, and we ship it out of yard, boy. That is my plan. Not for the big guns in town and number one Woodbrook Place and all of them to benefit. If marijuana have to be an industry, it must be an industry where the people of Trinidad must benefit. That is what it must be. That is my mission. My mission is not to get up in the morning and here we are 20 men from Diego Martin coming here to work because somebody sent them. My mission is to make sure the first 20 men that get any work in any part of Labre is men who live in Labre. That is my mission. My mission is the resources in Labre. You, the people, must benefit from your resources and you must benefit first. That is the mission. The mission is not about them politicians, Keith Rowley and Shamfa Kojo. Nobody lived there. Nobody lived there. And the next one who heard like mines, it's not for them to benefit. You must benefit the people, and until you reach that stage to understand that the wealth of the country must be distributed equitably between all races, is until they will divide you and they will continue to rob you, manipulate you, and have you to fight and kill each other for a little spot to sell some weed. That is what they're doing to you. My time is gone. 8:33. Supposed to finish at 8:30. But I want to tell you this as I wrap up. Give me the opportunity to tell you this. All I am asking you to do, the people in this country, is just to take a little time out and just examine what I'm saying to you. And if what I'm saying to you does not make sense, then don't tune into the next live. Don't tune in. If what I am saying to you doesn't make sense, I am telling you, don't tune in. But if what I'm saying to you makes sense, then I don't want you alone to tune in. I want you to share the message, that this message could be reached far and wide. So every boy, every girl, every gangster on the street corner, every man, every woman, every unborn baby will have the opportunity to benefit from the resources of this country. God bless you. Good night.
Vote PNM, red and ready. A lot of people is gonna vex with me. Beg for we vote, all the gooey promises, lies and a old jersey. Fool playing golf, have a country to run. Every week on a plane, nothing is done about poverty, crime, total lawlessness. How the hell did we get like this? Country first. Stop studying Kamla, study all the murder. Put the country first. You're helping Venezuela, Trinidad suffer. Put the country first. Dealing with the 1% to finance your government. Put the country first. Stop taking instructions from them Syrian. These are the things people want and require from the Prime Minister. Shucks. Salary low, crime sky high, like it's smoke a weed touching the sky. Every time you talk, one set of spit. Wicked bulletin, you go pay for it. Stand up on your foot, act like a man. All you does do is blame one man. She fault is this, and she fault is that. You we vote for, come on, cut the crap. The country first. Your priority, fix the economy. Put the country first. Better education for Trinbagonians. Put the country first. We need good health care and child welfare. Put the country first. It's best we call Iowa care gets water. These are the things people want and require from the Prime Minister. Ponzi terrace, talking about race, wetting in the bitter, water in the face. Judgment that go come, election coming soon. All of us from the same lagoon. Don't talking about we in charge now. Deal with it if you hear the cow. Today has changed, changed for the worse. Since you come like you bring a curse. The country first. Invest in agriculture, food for the future. Put the country first. Deal with unemployment, more job placement. Put the country first. People they complaining, police need training. Put the country first. Assess the situation, talk to the poor man. These are the things people want and require from the Prime Minister. Hey! Short little red bullying draft. What they know about finance? I have to laugh. Tax in your front, tax in the back. No spit dry, so raw. Tax in your box. $1,000,000 spent on a boat. Borrow $1 billion just to pave the road. Raise the price of gas, laugh and said, Trinidad riot, yeah. Put the country first. Arima to Sando, Grande Tobago. Put the country first. Place like John, people in Beacom. Put the country first. East Port of Spain, just like Valsane. Put the country first. Chaguanas and Couva, Point and Moruga. These are the things people want